Known for the stormy skies that frequent the territories throughout the year,
I hope I don't poop in my pants. That's all I gotta say.
It's also a region once defined by the rise of an angsty subculture.
So tonight is controversy.
And known around the globe as a beacon of technological innovation.
In 1990, I used to be a big fan of Twin Peaks, the show.
Yeah, that's right.
Barb Pexa is taking you on this once-in-a-lifetime journey. Whether finding your next home, your favorite venue, or simply living your American dream, you can do it in the Pacific Northwest. From the Puget Sound to the Cascade Mountains to the booming metropolis of Seattle, there's a little something for everyone.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about this show? It's totally unscripted.
Thanks for coming.
It is freezing.
I'm sure it's a little bit colder than San Diego,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
I don't know if I have enough warm or close on me, but we'll do what we can, right?
We'll just do our best. I thought we'd start here. This is here the home of the Snoqualmie Falls at the Salish Lodge. It's one of the most visited spots in all of the greater Seattle area. And one of my favorites is back in 1990, I used to be a big fan of Twin Peaks, the show.
Yeah, that's right.
It's gotten a great cult following, and I think it's really cool, kind of dark and stormy and funky Pacific Northwest. So I thought we'd check it out.
Awesome, that's it.
Okay. One of my favorite things to bring all my new clients to here is the falls. I think it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's so picturesque, the scenery itself. I love it.
It is. So right down here we've got the main falls.
Okay.
It falls way, way, way down there. The water is really flowing at a high rate today because we've had a lot of rain in the area. And it's really beautiful. From these windows right here at the Salish Lodge, you can have a really fantastic meal. The Salish is a high-end luxury boutique hotel.
Very nice.
No, just find the light in honesty, 'cause I've never been good at telling stories. Yeah, we're gonna ride this wave until it breaks. We're gonna drive all day. We're gonna ride this wave until it breaks. All I know, yeah, all I know.
All right, Barb, this has been a beautiful experience. Thank you so much for showing me this.
You're welcome.
I'm excited to see what else Seattle has to offer. What do you got for me?
Next, we're going to head down to Seattle on Lake Union, and we're going to hit up Gasworks Park. I've never totally understood why it's so famous, but it is where we have our 4th of July fireworks every year, and everybody loves it.
Okay, I'm down to check it out.
Okay, let's go check it out.
Welcome back. We're taking you on a tour of one of the coolest locations in the United States, the Pacific Northwest. One of the great things about this show is you learn all about the cities you thought you already knew. I mean, I had no idea Twin Peaks was shot right outside of Seattle. Next up, Barb is taking us on a tour around Gasworks Park. Check it out.
All right, this is pretty amazing, but what the heck is it?
You know, it's pretty interesting. This is an old site of the Seattle Gas Company.
Okay.
And they've turned it into a really popular Seattle park. We have our 4th of July fireworks here.
Very cool, very cool. And it's nice view of downtown Seattle.
Yep, this area right here is called South Lake Union.
Perfect.
And part of the reason they have the fireworks here is it's surrounded by water, so the water's just packed with boats. People come here, they can be underneath the fireworks.
Okay.
And of course, you know the company Amazon.
Of course, everybody does.
Yeah, our headquarters are right down here.
Very nice, and it feels like a movie like Sleepless in Seattle, right?
Yeah,
Got that feel?
Well, you're right. So if you look out here along all these floating houseboats out there, those are the sorts of homes that Sleepless in Seattle were filmed on. And another thing that downtown Seattle is well known for that's fairly unique.
Yeah, for sure. It's just that unique look of real estate, and also just like the atmosphere is a different change from what I'm used to anyway in San Diego, right?
So yeah, I think it's a really cool part of Seattle. It's artistic and edgy and industrial. Oh my God, is that a drone up there?
Where? Oh, yeah.
Did somebody crash their drone on it? That's a piece of equipment to lose. Hey Diane, and this is the house I've been talking about, wanting to show you.
Very nice.
We are up here in Bellevue on Cougar Mountain.
Okay.
And this home is built by the Buchan builders, and they're a real classic traditional builder in Seattle. They do mostly high-end listings.
I've noticed, it's got that classic look to it, right? The vintage, but also traditional form of it.
It's very traditional. They make it just modern enough. With all the great top-of-the-line appliances and fixtures, but in a very traditional mode. But hands down, my favorite space in this house is the outdoor living room.
Of course, nice.
As you know, we're in Seattle and we get a lot of rain. So I think all home builders should put these outdoor living rooms in their houses. It's got
covered all the way through. Oh, that's cool.
Covered all the way through, gas fireplace, gas heaters. And a 48-inch grill with hood system, which is fantastic.
What type of buyer do you see purchasing this home?
My guess is probably a family, something like that. But with the main floor ensuite room, we can also have
like a
multi-generational living.
Perfect.
Which is really big in these, I would say, these days in this part of the country.
All right, Barb, rumor has it that you do something special for your buyers. What is it?
We cater and host our buyers' housewarming parties as their thank you present for choosing to work with our team. I come from the restaurant business, and it was a perfect carryover for high-end customer service, sociability. It's just the highlight of their process, we think. We send out the invitations, we send out the thank you cards, we get to mingle and meet all of their favorite family and friends, and it's really a lot of fun. Sometimes we have a little bit too much fun, but that's how we think we have a great customer base.
Well, nothing like, you're working with these clients and buyers, right? So you get to know them in the process of buying their home. So what better way than to throw them a party in their housewarming party?
We could not agree more. And it seems almost sacrilegious not to take that process all the way through and help them celebrate. We cater it, we bring wine, we bring Prosecco, we do a toast. We even have cute little aprons we've made with our team logo and our names. So we really have a lot of fun with it.
Good for you, that sounds great.
Yeah.
We live just at the trailhead of one of the many trails that run along Cougar Mountain. And you walk among huge maples and evergreens. Maple leaves as big as your head, they're just giant. This home, which sits on Cougar Mountain, 1,000 feet above Lake Sammamish, and with a beautiful view of a 10,700-foot volcano called Mount Baker, which is snow-covered year-round. I love to write thrillers that are really a combination of really good stories, interesting characters, very dynamic human conflict, but also on the edge of science. And the Seattle area is very vital to that, with the University of Washington, with the Primate Research Center, with the very modern architecture that blends in with the very old architecture. It provided a very good setting, and you could really get the feel of Seattle and the surrounding area. But also, it entered into the conflict and the challenges of, trying to move across all those different terrains and meet some of the challenges that we set up in the book. You could almost feel the oxygen levels go up and the stress levels go down. And that is how I would sell Seattle to someone just coming in.
That house is so cool. Right up on the hill overlooking Lake Sammamish, that's got to be one of the best locations on the block. It just has such a thriller feel to it. It all makes sense as to why Steve Hadden chose that location. Speaking of which, if you haven't seen his novels, go check them out. I know I will. Who doesn't love a thriller? Next up, we're checking in on one of our partners in your area. Hit it.
Hey guys, it's Andrea Walker with Keller Williams here in Louisville, Kentucky in the great prestigious neighborhood of Windsor Forest. I'm super jazzed to show you guys this home today. I just wanted you to know some great features of the neighborhood is this wonderful lake behind me that is great for fishing or just to come and have some quiet time. Over to the right-hand side is a great playground for the kids and a gazebo that you can reserve for any parties that you may want to have. I'm looking forward to showing you the inside of this house, so let's go take a look. Welcome to this beautiful colonial home, 2524 Windsor Forest Drive, featuring 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, right in the heart of horse country. One of the greatest features of this house that I love is this great kitchen that you can literally live the American dream in with your family. Over here you can look out onto the forested trees that overlook the property and also an easy access to your laundry room, which has a laundry chute where all the family can throw their dirty laundry down the chute from upstairs. So this master bedroom is huge. You have an extra sitting area, or you could make that into your home office if you worked from home. And it also has, of course, a walk-in closet and additional vanity outside of the bathroom. This basement is massive. A couple of the features that I love is it has a full kitchenette, which could be for a mother-in-law suite or a teen hangout. It also has these great painted walls. One of those has a horse and a jockey on it right there behind me. And it also has the twin spires from Churchill Downs. And those of you who are horse lovers out there, you're gonna love it. So one of the great things about living in the neighborhood of Windsor Forest is that all of the houses back up to forested trees, which is great for entertaining, and it has so much privacy. There's a lot of incredible reasons to love 2524 Windsor Forest Drive. However, the main reason is because this is where you can choose to live your American dream.
Take it all in. The hearts have spoken. Let it begin.
Hey, Mark.
Ready to fly?
We're ready to fly.
Right.
How's this going to go? Can you tell us how this is going to go today?
You're each going to be tied together with a professional certified tandem instructor.
Good to know.
One-on-one. You're in front, the instructor's in back, and you are going to fly off this mountain, Poo-Poo Point in Issaquah, out into the blue yonder.
You ready?
I hope I don't poo-poo my pants. That's all I gotta say. How high are we?
We're at 1,700 feet over the valley, 1,800 foot mean sea level. It's a beautiful view today. It's a great day to fly.
The sun came out for us. We're pretty excited.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Thanks so much for it. Let's do this.
To call home. We had a moonlight and midnight blue. Into the silence we echo through. I've been waiting for so long just to find you.
Barb invited us here to jump off of this cliff, so we're all here together right now.
Waiting for that
Frozen,
moment.
but loving it.
We're gonna repay the favor by having Barb come out to our party tonight, Controversy, Beyonce vs. Rihanna, and we're gonna dance all night long. Yes, this is Black Gatsby, and I'm Disco
She
Shrine.
is so extra right now.
And we
cut that last part. Cut that last part.
I'm Disco Shrine, and we are signing off the mountain like hey.
Into the silence we echo through. I've been waiting for so long, just to find you. Just to find, just to find, just to find you. Just to
Nope, won't, couldn't, I can't. Jump off a mountain? Diane, major kudos to you. I'm proud beyond words. While I catch my breath, we're sending you over to another expert in your market. Let's go.
Hello and welcome back to American Dream. Today we have Elite Kentucky Homes Realtor Dolly Rivero. Dolly, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, I'm doing great. So I hear really quickly, I just want to tell everyone that you're bilingual. You're fluent in Spanish.
Yes, I am. I'm Cuban.
That's incredible. Well, anyway, welcome to the show. I just want to dive right into it. So I know that there are benefits to being a home buyer in general, but I hear that there are also specific benefits to being a first-time home buyer. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, well, if you buy a home, you can probably get a conventional loan or an FHA, but a conventional loan, you'll probably give about 20% down or do a 5% down with PMI or lender pay PMI. However, if you're a first-time home buyer, most likely you'll be able to get, as far as in the lending world, 3% conventional loan. The other aspect of it is, at least here in Louisville, the government sometimes comes out with grants. For the past several years, they have come out twice a year with about $10,000 for first-time home buyers that they can use towards a down payment or closing cost. And then, in addition to that, there are some lenders that will help you with down payment assistance. So whenever you're a first-time home buyers, there are benefits, and it's not that expensive to buy a house. You don't have to have so much money saved and whatnot.
Gotcha. Well, so I know that a lot of lenders these days ask for a lot of things from people who want to be home buyers. One of those things being credit. How do first-time or wannabe first-time home buyer build credit?
Well, there are several ways to do that. you can probably apply for a credit card. Now, if you're brand new to it, will not approve you for a credit card. However, there are prepaid cards credit cards that you can apply to. They use your own funds to secure the card, and then you can start using it, and it gives you credit. Then there's another option where you can ask a family member to add you to their credit cards if they have good credit. That normally helps you build your credit as well. And then, of course, pay your bills on time. And student loans actually help with your credit as well.
Gotcha. Well, I think that the information that you have is so amazing, and a lot of people out there can learn a lot about that. So I just want to switch gears here for a second. Why would somebody want to hire a real estate agent, realtor, rather than just try to sell the home themselves?
Perfect question. Actually, whenever you look at an average American, we probably buy about 3 to 4 houses in our lifetime, which that doesn't truly make you an expert. Now, a realtor, we have an unparalleled local market knowledge. We are skilled negotiators, and we're troubleshooters. A real estate transaction is a complex transaction. Whenever you hire us to sell your home or help you buy a home, you are getting a professional that will guide you from start to finish throughout the entire process, which it could go as smooth as possible or as complex as it could be. Once again, it doesn't really make someone an expert whenever they buy 2 to 3 houses or 4 houses in their lifetime. So a realtor will be able to negotiate the best price for you.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you can't just get on YouTube and become a real estate agent and sell your own home like in a couple days.
Yes, yes.
Right. Well,
exactly.
Right. So thank you so much today, Dolly, for joining us and bestowing all this knowledge upon our viewers. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that people want to ask. They don't know how to ask it, but you're here to tell them about it. So thank you again so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm. We'll be back with more American Dream.
And now for our Mortgage Minute, we've got Ryan Kiefer with us today, branch manager with Prime Lending. Ryan, thanks so much for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
So Ryan, right now that we're hearing a lot of talk in the media that it's 2008 all over again, that we're entering another housing bubble. What do you say to that?
Well, I say if you take a look at the actual numbers out there, nothing could be further from the truth. Several reasons why, 2018, 2019, really nothing like 2008 at all. The first of which would be if you take a look at the number of foreclosures out there. Back in 2006, which was sort of the start of the housing meltdown and the Great Recession, there were over 540,000 foreclosures that year, compared to right around 280,000 last year in 2018, so almost twice as many. Another reason would be the amount of cash out refinances or equity people were extracting out of their homes. If you take a look back in 2006, again, it was over $300 billion a year people were cashing out. Compared to the last few years, you're talking more like $50 billion a year. So people weren't using their homes these days in 2018 like they were, 10 and 12 years ago. And then finally, you take a look at the mortgage credit availability index on this graph. The higher the number, the more readily mortgage credit was. And so you look back at 2006 again, the number was sky high compared to where it is today. A lot of people would joke that back then all you had to do was fog a mirror to be able to get a mortgage. And, compared to these days, the underwriting guidelines are much tougher. So really not any kind of comparison there.
Not any kind of comparison there. What about home affordability, the monthly payments for people as compared?
Yeah, it's a great question. That would be, sort of the fourth or final reason why, we're not in any kind of housing bubble currently. When you take a look at the percent of income that it takes for someone to qualify for a median priced home these days, how much of their income would it eat up on a monthly basis for that monthly mortgage payment? Back then in 2006, 2008, it was over 25% of someone's income compared to just 17% today. So homes today still way more affordable than they were just 10, 12 years ago.
Great news. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Thanks for having me.
Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do. Won't stop doing what I do. Can't stop me now. Ain't backing down. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what
This makes me want to move to Seattle. It's awesome and it checks all the boxes. Scenic, Twin Peaks, jumping off mountains, beautiful parks, and some of the coolest nightlife. Sign me up.
Won't stop doing what I do.